continues to be the same struggles. 32% shooting, 25% shooting from three. At halftime with the shot chart, I'm going to tell you, if I could have drawn up that we were going to get that many open looks in the first half, I would have taken them. But we just don't make shots, And I told the kids the difference in Division I players and good Division I players is when they're open, they make those shots. And, and that's one thing that Belmont's very good. They've got good size. They've got inside, outside. They have got an accumulation of a lot of talent. And so you take one thing away, it's hard to take the other things away. But I felt like in the first half that we did show some grit and some fight. We just didn't make any shots. And then, in the second half, we go 2, 3, 4 minute stretches without scoring. And we just can't do that because we defensively can't stop people with size and as much weapons as they have consistently. So we have to be able to not trade baskets with them. We've got to be able to get stops and get some of those shots to go in. But like I said, hats off to Belmont. They're a very good team.
What are you seeing in the locker room right now when you look at your kids' eyes?
Frustration, but it's because that they want to please. They're pleasers, and they understand that this is not where we wanted to be right now. But it is, and I told them all the time, life's hard too. And sometimes you got to pick yourself up and dust yourself off because you're gonna face things in your life that are a lot harder than losing basketball games. So, it's my job to continue to breathe life into them. Our staff's got to continue to breathe life into them. But I think the main thing that I see is that they're disappointed in themselves because they're not able to get stuff done because this is a team made up mostly of kids that are not used to losing. They're not used to not living up to expectations, and they're certainly not used to disappointing what they feel like is their coach or the fans or whatever. So I just have to make them understand that the losing's not on them. They go out, they do everything that they can do to help us win. The losing's on me. That's why good players get you wins and coaches get losses. And I've always been that way, and I will continue to be that way. I will never put it on them ever. And this is the hand that we've been dealt. And so we're going to continue to fight with it, but I'm going to make sure that they know every single day that we love them and that we're here for them and that it's going to be okay. It's just going to take time, and patience is not something that very many of us are good at.
How much of the second half struggles is dictated by the depth issues right now?
Well, I think that's part of it. Kids are tired. Teams are running in 8, 10 kids, and we're playing about 5 or 6, or 5, 6, I guess, mostly. But, that's just part of it. That's just the way it is. And, I told them, we're going to go to war with the people in the locker room. We're always going to go to war with the ones that want to be here, ones that want to put on the Murray State jersey. And I'm always going to be proud of them as long as they give their best effort and they continue to have good attitudes. I said, you guys have got to get to the point where you realize that you are representing yourself regardless of what the score is. I want people watching you play to not know if you're up 10 or down 10. I just want them to say, those kids go out and play. They give their all. And that's what we're looking for. And we've got kids in the locker room that are going to do that.
Is it a blessing in a sense that this is growing pains and this is not a senior-led group now, that it's a bunch of sophomores and a junior college transfer that are trying to piece it all together?
Sure. I think that the experience that these kids are getting are going to be very beneficial when we bring in our 20 class. And I just think that it takes time to build programs. The program that I built before I came here wasn't just instant. There's peaks and valleys, and it takes time to get a program to where it needs to be. Jobs are open because a coach leaves because they've done extremely well and they go to take another job, or coaches leave and come in because programs are trying to be built. We are in the building process of this program. As long as I'm here, I'm going to continue to fight and scratch and get this program to where I feel like it can be. But it's just going to take some time, and I think nothing better than to know that most of these kids that are out there getting these minutes are going to be back next year and able to join our next class and then our next class going forward. Eventually these minutes and these tough times are going to pay off.
In a game like this, what were some of the positives that you think you can build on and take away from this?
Well, I thought in the first half we fought pretty good. I thought we took some punches from them, but we just missed so many shots. And then let a couple of them get loose and get some shots. We were down 12 at halftime, but it felt like more like a 5 to 7 point game that we were kind of right there. And then they just kind of, again, started making shots in the second half, and we just cannot continue to do that. But, the kids on this team want to be better. And so as long as they want to be better and they have the attitudes that they have, we're going to get better, because that's the first part of it. It is mindset. And the mindset is, it's hard right now, but it's going to get better. I tell them all the time, you go through the lowest of lows in sports and in life so you can appreciate the highs. And so that's what we're doing right now. But like I said, we're just going to continue to breathe life into them and continue to work and fight, because that's all we can do. But I will, go to war with these kids each and every day.
With the current depth, do you also see this as an opportunity to kind of evaluate those players that were maybe fringe players earlier in the year, like Hunter's getting in action, you're seeing Tori Swain, players like that?
Oh, sure. I mean, everybody that's numbers called is given an opportunity to prove what they can do. And so, you take advantage of that opportunity and you go out and you show, the coach. I tell them all the time, there's no coach in America that does not play kids that can help them win. So if you are sitting on the bench, you're probably not one that the coaching staff thinks you can help us win. So prove yourself. Make it to where the coach has to play you, because nobody in this business knows that you keep your job by losing games. So why in the world would you sit people that can't help you? So it's an opportunity for those kids to prove they can play.